Wesley Drain making his appearance, power slap number 12 against Kali Kanakoa. You are back, my man, in fashion, and it's great to see that you have a newborn energy and life to you. How excited are you to get back up there on the power slap stage?
I'm super excited, man. Like, I really didn't know how I was gonna feel, when I was thinking about retiring. I was like, man, I can just kind of leave power slap and like just walk off without really truly ever accomplishing my goal of getting that belt. I'm still gunning for the belt. But I thought it would be easier just to walk away and be like, I'm done. And then after I competed in MMA and did the car jiu-jitsu and a few other things, it's like, man, I gotta achieve that goal. I gotta check that off the list. So now that I'm back, I'm super excited. Like just seeing the post that they finally released my match and everything where I can actually talk about it. I was like, oh shit. I'm excited, man. I'm pumped. I'm super fucking stoked. I don't know if I can cuss. I'm horrible at.
Absolutely.
Oh,
No
okay.
problem at all, man. Yeah, of course you can. You're an OG. Like we said last time I talked to you, you were interview number 5, man. You can say whatever you want on Slap News whenever. How's that?
I love it.
Awesome. I mean, let's talk about it. Maybe we in the media make more of it than it is in real life, but being away, are you worried about any of the ring rust whatsoever? Are you worried about any of the rule changes that have taken place? Because we see that this sport right now is moving forward at supersonic speed.
I mean, being there since day one, it's changed like every match. Like every time I went up there, like there's always been something changed. I've just adjusted to. I'm just like I'm ready for it, man. Just like with anybody says, how do you get ready for a slap? You just roll with it, man. You
Mhm.
just got to do it, man. I'm not really worried about any ring rust. I feel like the person that was is dead, killed that guy.
Mhm.
I'm a new version of what I was before. I'm so much better. I've improved so much. My health's better. My mindset's better. I think 90% of it's mental health. Because if you're not mentally healthy, you're not where you need to be in life. You're not going to show up. You're not going to do the work. You're not going to be locked in, and more or less, you're probably not going to win. If you're not there. I'm locked in. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm the best version of myself I've ever been, Corey. I mean, I'm locked in
Yes.
for sure. I'm ready to sleep him. And
Yes.
I know I told you before. I'm really trying to do away with the whole like crotch grabbing and all that. But I can guarantee you my tongue will probably still come out if I lose that coin toss and he hits, man. I'm like, I can't. I mean, it's just something that happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it, man. I mean, lots in the division has changed. Obviously, John Davis had his reign as a title holder. Now we've got Isaih Quinones taking over that top spot. We've seen new entrants like Darren Godfrey and your opponent, the Chief, come into the division. Talk to me about the Chief and the competitor that he is from the matches that you've watched.
um, I mean, he's got a good pop on him. He had a pretty decent clubbing though. Happened against Brandon in the last one. I mean, he's really not that impressive to me. I mean, he's faced what, maybe 3 people so far. Had like 1, 2 KOs. And I seen him sleep. I mean, if you sleep like that, I don't think you deserve the belt. Well, he got slept more like 2 matches ago. I don't think he's ready for anything I got for him, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna sleep him worse than what he got slept, by fucking Darren for sure.
Do you think the old breed from season one were just built differently than some of these new guys?
Oh man, if I had to go back and like every time this comes up, like the thing I think about is when we first got pulled in there, and like honestly, I spoke to a lot of people. I spoke to the Wolf. We came in on the airport and was like, "Hey, bro." He's like, I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't know, bro. It's pretty sketchy." I was like, "Man, I don't know. I feel like we're about to get killed and our organs harvested and stuff." He's like, "Man, that's what I've been thinking too, bro." He's like, "Can you fight?" He said, "I can fight." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, bet." I was like, "Shit, I guess we're gonna go swinging. If they're really here to like kill us and harvest our organs." Because I mean, it was sketchy. It was a sketchy shit up. I say that every
Mhm.
time. But when I think about the old breed and how we all started, I remember just like walking down the apex and there's like 40 people in 2 lines. like 80 of us
Mhm.
probably. There was a shitload of us. And man, there was so many walks of people, and to be honest, like some of them, like they got picked up off the street. I mean, there was some wild looking fools, and I mean from all walks of life. I mean, and to be honest, like the individuals that came in there, I think they seemed like the people that were answering the calls and coming. They came from a really rough life.
Mhm.
If I had to go back, like I mean, they look like they just been through it. They weren't athletes. I mean, there was some. Don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of them that aren't here no more. They got weeded out real quick. But a lot of them
Mhm.
in that first round, they were definitely not athletes. They were there to make some money. They were there to try and jump on something new, try and change their life. And then the ones that hung around like myself and a few other guys, we definitely changed. We definitely became better athletes as the sport progressed. But now you got guys like Branden and Isaiah and like Luke. There's a few other guys, that are coming into the sport that are legit competitors. They go to the gym, they work out, and they look like athletes. They come from a better point in life than what a lot of us did when we first
Mhm.
came on, for the first event ever. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that maybe not necessarily like the training regiments, that they're having now, but like the mentality, the mind state. We,
Mhm.
we were a little bit more rugged, a little,
Yeah.
a little bit different for sure.
I mean, you talked about the Wolf, and I mean, his match with Ryan Phillip, the first match that we've seen on the TV show, probably one of the most underrated matches I think in power slap history for how incredible, the tough, the determination, the showmanship, everything that match brought.
It was good.
I don't know. I think you put that match today, I think it's very different, with competitors in that regard, and so I think, obviously having, the rules changed. I mean, even you had a bowl haircut back then, and guys were jumping with 2 feet and clubbing guys left, right, and center. Like,
It was
obviously,
wild,
the
man.
sport's come a long, long way, now, and I mean, great to see guys like you, still around. I mean, we are seeing that first wave. We're seeing Ryan Phillips announce his retirement. We're seeing Wolverine announce his retirement. It's kind of inevitable that a lot of these, pioneers such as yourself, Dwayne Crespo, et cetera, are kind of coming to the end. For you, is it bittersweet, or do you still feel like you have a lot of gas in the tank? Because I know you did say you contemplated retirement, but you decided not to at this particular moment.
I think I was being childish when I was contemplating the retirement because I mean I got a lot. Man, I'd go tell them like 45 they don't cut me, but you know how they are. But I mean in my eyes, I want two belts. I want to be like
Mhm.
Wolverine. I want two divisions. I feel like cutting down to a lower weight class just isn't in the books for me anymore because there was a time when I was like, I want to be lower. I want to fight. Um, Pretty much we'll just for the time being. I mean, things change always, but I feel like if I ever do fight again, it'll be
Mhm.
at 85 or 205. I want to get bigger, get stronger. I mean, if I don't want to be smaller anymore. I know it's more agile and can move quicker and all that, but I just feel like I want to be the biggest, best, strongest version of myself in life in general. So I'm gonna walk around. I'm bulking. I've been eating a shitload of calories. I've been lifting. I've been getting as big and strong as I possibly can. And so
Mhm.
I'd like to walk around comfortably right now, like 200 pounds. And then I want the butcher. Like I turned him down. Like I know Erica first gave him to me, like about a year ago, and she's like, I got a new guy coming in, and I was like, man, like screw that. I want John. Like fuck that. But
Mhm.
I think Brandon's like, I see Brandon winning. Honestly, I feel like he's got him in two. I feel like he's got him in two. And I mean,
Bold prediction for sure.
yeah. But I mean that's what I feel. I mean, he's putting in the work. I mean, when he gets over there and can be, he's got a great energy. I love his energy.
Mhm.
He's there. He's locked in and he's ready to be the best he can be. So, I want Brandon. And after that, because I'm sure he's gonna have the belt. I
Mhm.
feel it. And then, have my belt for a little bit and then move up to 205. I'd like to see myself walking around like 230, honestly,
Mhm.
220, 230, just solid in good shape. and being the best version of my life or self I've ever seen, you know. So
Mhm.
it's just goals I'm working toward. I don't want to be small anymore, you know. I don't want to be fighting at 155 because I tried to call out Robert, you know, and it was very capable for me doing at time. I was walking around like 175 pounds. You know, I
Mhm.
could have cut down to 155 easy, but you know, that's just for competition. I'm just thinking like in everyday life, like I want to be the most biggest, scariest, intimidating, kindest person you've ever seen that wants to run through a field of butterflies. But just don't fuck
Awesome,
with me, you
man.
know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Ki Ali, if he's watching the interview, what do you want to say to him?
Oh man, like the past me would have said a whole bunch of like shitty things, you know, and try and be disrespectful. It'll be quick. One and done, buddy.
Short and sweet. Awesome, man. I look forward to seeing you there again in Las Vegas, seeing you back up there on stage. You say we've got a new, re-energized, rejuvenated, I guess slightly more tamer Wesley Drain. We'll see how that goes up there on stage. I'm sure your natural personality will come out, and we'll get a lot of exciting things from now until the match and when you're up there on stage. But I
For sure.
appreciate you joining us. Look forward to seeing you there again, and hopefully we have you out at Stadium Swim, my man.